We're here with Annette Hacker of the Food Bank of Iowa for our inaugural edition of Food Bank Friday. Of course, hunger in the state of Iowa, across America as well, but particularly in the state of Iowa, we're seeing a lot of it. It's in every county. It's getting worse over time. Just first off, with the food bank, how are the efforts going right now to combat that food hunger?
Well, you're right, Riley. Need has never been higher. 1 in 8 Iowans and 1 in 6 kids face hunger, 385,000 people across our state. And we're working very hard to meet that need, but it's challenging. Prices are high, resources are lower. We're seeing a lot less from USDA. About 10% of our inventory right now is from USDA, and normally that's more like 30%, and during COVID it was 50%. The only way to make up that gap is for us to buy more food. We're buying more food, we're rescuing food, but need has been growing for every month for more than 3 years, and it's at a rate that's really not sustainable.
So then when we look at what the Food Bank of Iowa can do against that, tell us a little bit about just the reach that the food bank has and just how many pantries are kind of under your umbrella.
Yeah, Food Bank of Iowa supports 700 partners across 55 counties. Those partners include meal sites, pantries, school pantries, shelters, daycares, all throughout 55 counties.
So you mentioned with the USDA funding and just donations as well from the USDA has been lacking, and it's not just on the USDA side of things. We're looking at legislation that's seeking to cut SNAP benefits and just other funding that food banks would be able to receive. Obviously, the Big Beautiful Bill is one of those things. When it comes to that legislation, I mean, talk about the impact that would happen if that legislation goes through, and also what we need to see to kind of solidify support for food banks.
Well, food banks across the country, including Food Bank of Iowa, are gravely concerned about the budget reconciliation bill. It stands to, the House version proposed upwards of $300 billion cut from SNAP over 10 years. The Senate version, we're at $211 billion, but no matter how you slice it, it's the largest proposed cut to SNAP in history, and SNAP is the most effective hunger relief program in this country. For every meal that a Feeding America food bank provides, for every 1 meal we provide, SNAP provides 9. So this bill, as written, could take 9.5 billion meals off the table every single year. All of the Feeding America food banks, Food Bank of Iowa, and all of our partners across the country combined distribute about 6 billion meals a year. So this creates a gap that the charitable food system simply cannot fill.
And of course, we have a lot of people who are trying to fill in that gap. I mean, donations of time, money, food itself. When it comes to the support that you can receive from people across the state, what's the most effective way to give to the food bank so that kind of your dollar gets stretched the furthest?
Well, the most effective way to help is to come and volunteer, or money. We can do more with money than any of us individually can do at retail at the store, because we buy by the truckload, we get donations, we rescue food, we can really stretch a dollar here, and we need help now more than ever.
When we look at kind of the situation that we're dealing with, it can feel a little down, but there is still a lot of optimism from people across the state, really, right, of volunteering, and they know that we can tackle hunger.
We're doing everything we can every day to tackle hunger. We have volunteers who devote more than 40,000 hours a year to supporting our mission, as well as our partners, 700 partners across the state, and our very generous donors who are helping us keep the shelves, the coolers, the freezers at all these partners stocked. But it takes all of us working together. There is more than enough work to do, so we do need help.
And then for anyone who wants to get in touch, donate, receive food, how can they do that?
Always your one-stop shop at foodbankiowa.org. You can give help, you can get help, you can volunteer, and if you go under the Find Food tab, you can put in your street, your zip code, your community, and find all the resources near you.